We wanted to wait and just make sure that everything was good. And we had a couple of doctor's appointments that changed our outlook on why it was a twin pregnancy, and then it changed into a triplet pregnancy. We contemplated twins.
Yeah.
We had a few days to think about twins, but we had never thought that we were going to have triplets. So in that moment, we were quite shocked. June 7th was 2011 is when they were due. And our goal was to get to about April. That would be in about the 32-week mark. That's a good threshold for triplets. And April 15th is the date that I had in my mind. Anything after that was going to be great. When we learned, we were going to have triplets, we knew we were high risk. I was older, and we knew they probably, weren't going to be full-term babies, because that's not healthy either for multiple births. But I don't think we really knew how early they could come.
We've all seen the baby at the hospital, 7-8 pounds, but you don't ever realize how little they can really be. I mean, that was the big shock for me. It was just how little. You hear all these numbers, and the number you're really worried about, for me, it was 4. It was my wife and 3 kids, and you're not worried about baby A, B, C, and patient. You're worried about Robin and Preston William and Kendall. So it's that was, I think, for me, that the most challenging part is just the uncertainty.
Well, I had some complications. One of the babies had a placenta abruption, so his blood supply obviously was compromised. I was losing a lot of blood, and we had to make a decision that day to either allow a baby to perish and see how the other 2 would survive, which you just want what's best, or to have them at such an early gestation. And it's an impossible decision that you have to make. And we did. I mean, we decided, we have 3 babies. We are blessed and want to be blessed with 3 babies. Well, I thought they were tiny.
Yeah.
I thought they were tiny, and there were a lot of wires and machines hooked up. You see through that as a mom and as a parent, as a dad, you see through it, but you do realize how tiny they are. Yes, Kendall, our little girl, was 1'8".
She was 1, yeah.
Preston was 1'11", and William, he was the big one at 2 pounds, 2 ounces. So little, but fighters.
Yeah, like I always knew they'd make it. It's like they were just, they kind of came into the world having to fight a little bit, and they'd figure it out. And they all took their time, and it's funny, it's how they are right when they were born. They're still the same kid today at 2.5. I mean, Preston just beats to his own drummer then, and he beats to his own drummer now. And Kendall was loud coming out, and she's still loud today. So,
with the March of Dimes research, they invented a procedure or a drug for premature babies to help their lungs, and it's called surfactant, and our kids were able to receive that at birth, and that helped their lungs, their itty-bitty immature lungs, expand and grow so they could get kick-started. We're just thankful for the research so that our kids can survive and thrive in that environment. Obviously, we didn't know about all of these interventions, but we definitely learned as we were in our NICU journey.
Right.
We learned how much the March of Dimes does for families with babies that are either premature or that have special needs. So it was a blessing, and we're very thankful.
Yeah, it's crazy what you feel embarrassed to say this, but you don't understand why things are in place till you need them. Not for us, it was, I remember going, the March of Dimes does that? Wow, it's just because you think of, you just kind of think what you see on a poster sometimes. And it's a lot more than that.